My name is Chris-Beth Cowie. I'm the founder of EmpoweredFX and the host of BizGrams. I'm super excited because I get to bring back a special guest, Ryan O'Neill Knight from ACBN and Detailing Knights, two dynamic companies that are making a positive difference in our community here locally in Canada and looking to expand globally and making a positive difference. So welcome, Ryan. I think you're having some technical difficulties and you're muted.
I'm muted. Yeah, that was like the greatest hi and welcome ever, and it's gone. It was lost. Never to be recreated.
Yes. Awesome. It happens, right? But yeah, thank you so much for being here with us today.
My pleasure. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Ryan. It's always a privilege to have you on the show because your ear and hands and feet are close to the action, things that are happening, relevant information that entrepreneurs should know about. I saw in the ACBN newsletter some promotion about funding around $40,000 or loans around that amount as well. So if you want to just take this time to talk to us about ACBN, what is it, and some of the opportunities that you're seeing at the moment.
Yeah, and I apologize if my phone rings because after I sent it was it midnight, that the deadline is today. So the Ontario Small Business Grant that they gave out, where you can get between 10,000 to 20,000. And again, it was super simple. It wasn't one of those tedious grant applications. They are going to double the payment that you qualified for. So let's say you got 13,000 the first time, you're going to get an automatic 13,000 again. So people that were on the fence and have seen a reduction in their revenue because of COVID and because of the lockdowns didn't take the time to apply. They have to get it. There's no excuse. If you qualify, you have to get your application in, and then you're going to actually get it doubled. So that went out last night. And again, that's what I feel like ACBN has become our sweet spot, is finding the opportunities and making sure the community gets it. And people, that's why you don't unsubscribe. A lot of times people will call me, and because I post something on WhatsApp, and they're like, oh, come you send me this? Oh, come you didn't send it to me earlier? I was like, oh, are you on our newsletter? Because on the newsletter, it gets sent out a lot quicker than just my WhatsApp. I mean, my WhatsApp is on a whim, and a lot of times I don't post things on WhatsApp. So get on to the acbncanada.com newsletter. At minimum, ignore the emails that do not matter for your business, but eventually there will be one that you need for your business. And if you're not on the newsletter, you're going to miss it. And then you call me and I don't answer, you leave a voicemail and I don't check it until the end of the week. And then you text me and I'll text you back and say, hey, what's up? And you'll be like, oh, I heard about this thing. How come you didn't tell me? And I will ask you, are you on our newsletter? And that is the same for EmpoweredFX. If you're not on the newsletter, you're going to miss it. And again, you won't know that I'm on here talking to Chris-Beth, dropping knowledge bombs because you didn't get the invite. So I apologize to those that didn't get to see this.
Hey, no, that's super awesome. And I thank you for keeping me in check as well. I did apply for that Ontario grant. And so, yes, I'm super excited to see what this next phase looks like as well. So Ryan, the work that you're doing with ACBN is really great. Supporting entrepreneurs, helping them to get access and opportunity, aware of the opportunities and access to funding. One in particular is a partnership you have with Alternate Savings. Do you want to talk to us about that partnership and what is the path to accessing that type of loan fund?
Yeah, and the great thing is the website takes you through the entire process. So if you're looking for between $500 to $2,500, and a lot of times we see entrepreneurs use it to register their business, get incorporated, get their bookkeeping done, get their taxes done, and that way you don't have to come up with all the money right up front. You're pretty much taking those professional fees and extending it over 12 to 24 months. So it's a lot more manageable. But it's as simple as doing our business needs assessment on our website. that triggers a phone call with one of our business development coaches. We figure out what stage your business is in, what supports. So we look at all the different supports that you might need. And if the microloans are fit, then we encourage you to fill out the full application. But again, you do need to have your business plan done and your cash flow projections done. So if you don't have those things done, that then triggers the coaching. So organizations like Empowered Forex and Christopher Alexander with Zeus, oh my God, Zeus Services Enterprise, zse.ca is the easiest way to remember. But they will coach you to get that business plan done, get the cash flow projections done, and then you can qualify for the microloan. And the great thing is, if you qualify for our microloan, that then opens you up to Alterna's bigger microloan. And you've seen, or I hope you've seen, that Futurepreneur and BDC announced their Black focused entrepreneur program. So if you need up to 60,000, we'll point you to Futurepreneur so that you can get additional funding. And I would say stack all the money, but with a plan. Get the money, but put it into good use with coaching from Chris-Beth and her team, so that any money that you really invest into your business, it multiplies your revenue and you're able to grow your business exponentially, not just linear.
Hey, and that's one of the things that we pride ourselves on here. The team at Empowered Facts really looked at the injection of capital, the investment that comes in, and ways in which you can create a positive return on your investment, and moving into that scalable business model, right? Moving from small business to actually a business, because yes, how I see it is oftentimes when we talk about small business, it's being self-employed. You're the captain, you're the manager, and you're also the technician, the person who has to do it all, right? And yes, so really the encouragement here at E4X is talking about developing a business that, you talk about legacy building, you talk about passing it on to other generations and beyond. That's what we're about here at E4X. And we're also going through that process as we continue to build and add on different resources to help entrepreneurs along their way. Ryan, you mentioned loans. Loans is sometimes scary for people. Why are, there's grants out there, and you mentioned a grant initially, talked about loans. What is the apprehension, when people think about, hey, I shouldn't go for that loan? Why is that? And why should they demystify loans are bad for their business?
Well, a lot of times everybody has a friend that can tell you their horror story with getting a loan. And they'll tell you about, oh, this person went bankrupt, or this person lost their house. But they don't tell you about the 99% of business owners that have grown their company, all used it by obtaining capital. And that capital could be investment, where you're giving equity. And that's a form of loan as well, where people want you to repay, like they want a return on investment. It might just be further down the road, but it's still, you have to pay back that money, and it's multiples of that money. But then the loans are a lot quicker to acquire. And you'll see, like other cultures, they leverage debt in unique ways, and they'll start businesses, use that capital instead of using their savings. And that's the disconnect that I feel the Black community has, where we've been conditioned to feel like taking on debt or taking a loan is somewhat, I don't want to say evil, but there's something dirty about it. And they always will call me, because we do grant writing, to say, oh yeah, I'm looking for a grant, and I'll propose a loan because you can get a loan a lot faster. It's like, oh, nah, I'm not really interested in getting a loan. I want to get grants first. But a grant isn't really a good place to start when starting your business, because if you get a grant, usually that you have something that has momentum. So the grant kind of amplifies what you're doing, or subsidizes something that you might be doing in the community that's costing you money, but you're pulling out of your own pocket. The loan now, if you create a plan and take $10,000, you know that you're going to invest it and get coaching. And that's another piece I'll touch on after. So when you invest this $10,000, it's going to double or triple your revenue. And then that increase in revenue should be enough to pay off the loan, or at least service the loan, which is paying the monthly payments. So really, you can look at a loan as free money if it allows you to grow your business enough that those proceeds pay the loan. So now you've taken 10,000, you're now making 50 plus thousand and only having to pay $400 a month, that $40,000 increase in revenue covers that $400. And now you can go get more money and just keep stacking and keep growing. But a lot of times people say, oh, you know, I don't really want to grow too big, I'm good. Then our services are not for you. We are ready for entrepreneurs that want to grow and scale their businesses and then employ more in our community and really have a lasting impact. And the more money you make, the more good that you can do.